Today on Cult Talk, we answer the God
Jesus
damn it.
Christ! You want me to do the intro?
No,
God damn it!
I got it.
God damn you!
Today on Cult Talk, we answer the question. God damn it.
Fuck you, Butters.
Slow down.
Give me a
Relax,
second.
relax.
Please.
We're all friends here.
I can't remember lines for shit.
It's
Don't
a
look at
line.
me.
It's not lines. It's a line.
It's more than one word, motherfucker. That's lines. Today on Cult Talk, we answer the question: is 2017's It worth a watch?
golden, golden, golden.
Fuck y'all.
The second adaptation of the Stephen King novel It goes back to the town of Derry, where we see the Losers Club face its most dangerous enemy yet. So this right here, obviously a adaptation of the Stephen King novel It,
Yep.
and I don't know if you call it a remake, 'cause it doesn't really direct from the 90s
Reboot,
film.
maybe.
A definite reboot. The tone is completely different. Even the aspects of Pennywise are a lot different than he's a lot less goofy and a lot less comedic than what we got in 1990. He's a lot less comedic.
I think he did a good job being Pennywise, his version of Pennywise.
Exactly. I think that's what a lot of people were worried about when this was announced. Was Tim Curry did such an iconic job as Pennywise in the 1990 remake, or the 1990 film adaptation. A lot of people remember that very fondly, as as it should be, because it is a very iconic portrayal of Pennywise. But Bill Skarsgård, came in and he made that role his own. You definitely can't compare the Pennywise by any means.
No, they're both good.
Yeah, the Pennywise from 1990, the Pennywise from 2017 are two totally different creatures. But this is the first half of the It story. We're seeing the Losers Club as children battling Pennywise for the first time. And I mean, this film is phenomenal. I mean, this is one of the best horror films of 2017, easily, in my opinion.
I agree with that, and I like how he was scaring them, just like the first film.
Yeah.
How he used specific things against them. They just did a really good job with.
Oh yeah. He found each of their weaknesses and he exploited it, and that's ultimately what the Losers Club has to do in the end to defeat him is find his weakness and exploit it. Phenomenal. I mean the psychological horror element to it is incredible and very effective. The actors, the children actors for the Losers Club, every one of them is phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
As far as kid actors goes, this is like the A-list of kid actors.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, you always have that worry when there's a film that relies heavily on children actors of there being that weak role, that lack of emotion. But these kids, they nailed it. I mean,
Yeah.
perfectly believable. And the tones they were dealing with, so adult, and they handled it so well.
Yeah, they definitely did. Let's see, where are we going from here? Okay. The CGI in this movie was pretty good.
Pretty
I
good.
mean,
Now there was some weird choices to the CGI.
yeah, definitely.
Like some of the time when the foreground is moving different than the background, it creates this really weird trippy effect.
But the scene where he's dancing in the sewer, that's probably my favorite scene because that was creepy as fuck.
That's got to be one of the most iconic. I'm willing to bet that's the most iconic scene from the film itself. Is that little dance number he does? Because it's so creepy. I mean, you have the music in contrast to his face. I mean, his face is so deadly serious. You have this very eerie,
They focus on his face because his face is just stationary and his body's moving. That's,
It's very, very well done. I mean, this movie, I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, there's not anything bad I can say about this film.
Not really, no. I mean, of course, the kid's choice when he had the kid in the sewer, he's like, "I'll let you all go if you let me have him." I'd be like, "Yep, go ahead. He's all yours, buddy."
I'll take note of that. If we ever get in that situation, I'll remember that.
Yeah. You don't
I
want to
remember
be.
that.
my
I'm
friend
not
in that
relying on
situation.
Butters in any situation like that.
Nope.
The climax of this, I thought, was much more satisfying than the 1990 one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, a lot of the things they did. I mean, it's really hard to compare the 1990 adaptation to the 2017 adaptation because they're two different animals. I mean, one's a made-for-TV film, a lot more restrictions there, lower budget. This is a Hollywood mainstream blockbuster with a much larger budget, a lot more free roam on what they can do. Two totally different things. This right here is just so far superior, in my opinion, than 1990. With the exception of the lack of Tim Curry, but
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably put the first one a little above it, just because it's the first one I saw, and again, Tim Curry.
see, I rewatched the original not too long ago, and I found it to be very disappointing, in my opinion. Like, anytime Tim Curry was, I don't know, the first part when they're kids, I thought was great. The second half is where I completely dropped off. Where if Tim Curry wasn't on the screen, I was not interested whatsoever.
That's what's going to make the second part of the newer reboot interesting to see how they go with that.
Exactly. That's going to be the make or break because we've seen what they can do as the kids in the 1980s, but I'm really interested to see what they do here in modern time and as the kids as adults. I'm really looking forward to seeing what casting we get from that too.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, I kind of want to see if they try some modern weapons against him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to work. It's Pennywise.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting.
I like the history of Derry that they dive into in the film. Where we see that Pennywise is this omnipotent being that's been in Derry since the beginning. As long as there's been a Derry, there's been it, and it's terrorized the town for centuries. I really like that aspect, and I thought it was very well handled. The way they kind of gave you little hints and nods, and kind of let you piece it all together. It was phenomenal the way they did that.
Those pictures, it zoomed in on him being in the pictures, the old pictures.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't see that for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
No. I think anything else to say?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the opening real quick. The opening scene.
Yeah.
That was it really set the tone for the film because in the original 1990 adaptation, we see it plays out similar. Pennywise coming up, and it's kind of a cutaway. In this, you see the kid's arm get ripped off. You see blood. You see gore. It really sets the tone for the whole film.
And I always wondered, that woman came out on her porch and saw him playing by that storm drain. She's like, oh, I guess kids will be kids. Really? You're going to let that kid play there?
Kids always playing storm drains during downpours.
Yeah, that's common.
You think we can go into the, how long is it right now, Ed?
9:26.
Oh, yeah, we can do the, all right, you want to ask first or you want me to ask first?
What am I asking?
Do you think it's worth a watch? Do you think it is worth a watch?
Do you think it is worth a watch?
Absolutely. It is, like I said, the best horror film of 2017. One of the best remakes of all time.
Reboots.
Reboots. Yeah, reboots of all time. This took the concept that we thought we knew and completely threw it on its head and excelled in every aspect of it and made it just its own animal. We get to see Bill Skarsgård portraying Pennywise, and it is phenomenal. All the kid actors, not enough good things you can say about this film. Definitely watch this. If you haven't watched it, what's wrong with you? Get out there and watch it. So, Butters, do you think it is worth a watch?
Yeah, most definitely. I've watched it 12 times. I like to rewatch movies though, so.
I think our audience should be able to tell that.
Yeah, I'd say. I pretty much agree with everything you said there, though.
You want to hit stop? We'll do
That was
outro.
our review of 2017's It. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Not Occult Films. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Heat Nerd. And until next time, this has been Not Occult Films.